Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since my last upload. Actually had some computer problems, but insurance paid out. I got a new laptop and I managed to get my recording software all set up again. I've been playing a lot of TFT instead of making videos, and I actually made GM and immediately lost it again. There's been a lot of changes in the meta. The top comp right now is going to be the Demacia J4 line, and you kind of want to play this with Earth and the Demacia emblem. I think most people have figured this out by now, but today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a beginner's guide, and I've kind of figured out where I want to take this channel in the downtime. There's a lot of content for Masters Plus level players, going really in depth on pro level play, the lines, how to play from certain positions, how to play the early game, how to play when contested, etc. But I'm going to focus my channel really on a beginner gameplay, so 0 LP Masters, Diamond, Platinum, etc. And I'm also going to be doing some live coaching gameplay where, for example, I coach my wife. You've seen some of those videos, and she actually, tomorrow's video, we've already played the game, is going to be her playing this comp and me coaching her. And yeah, so that's the future for the channel. I'm also going to be trying to do a comp guide and a gameplay in one video and just kind of edit out the downtime in between to keep the video short enough, because I think that's going to be the most useful for these guides. It's one thing to sit in the team planner and show you where all the units go and what items to build, but it's another thing to actually see how the game plays out. So that's going to be the format for this video, and let's get started. So here we have the comp, which is J4. J4 is the bread and butter of this composition, and the reason why it's so strong is, well, the forecasts are very strong on this patch, and right now there's also a bug with the Demacia items, the Radiant items, giving double the value in some cases. I don't want to go into that. The bug might be fixed, it might not for the next patch. It's very small. The main thing you need to know is forecasts are really strong. So what is a comp we're going to go for? We're going to pick Aurelian Soul, and we're going to take quite a few of his augments. And we're going to play around hitting level 8 on stage 4-2 and rolling down for a bunch of forecast units. Probably more forecast units than you've ever seen in one comp. So we're basically going to be playing half of the forecasts in the stage. You can just go here and you can just start adding them in. Forecast. We're also going to be playing the Azir, the Kai'Sa, the J4. We need to be playing Fiora. And these 4 forecasts are the core of the comp. We need to be having Demacia active, so we'll be playing Sona and Thalia. And that's going to give us Multicaster and Shurima for our Azir. Our carry is going to be Azir, and his core item is going to be Nash's Tooth, and secondary items don't really matter. You can go a crit, you can go for a Giant Slayer and Static Shiv. You can, if you have enough items for Azir, you can end up leaving the Shiv on Sona. Sona will get support items, then your other units don't matter at all. So they're not really going to get items, but good items for the other units would be Thieves' Gloves on your Kai'Sa or your Fiora. J4 wants to get Protector's Vow, and he wants to get one more item because you always want him to get the Radiant item, because we want him to get that double buff from the Warmogs. So good items on him can be Protector's Vow and Stoneflip. If you don't have Burn, you can play a Sunfire. If you don't have this Morellos, then as you can see, our comp is kind of lacking frontline at the moment, right? So we're gonna be playing something like a Scion and a Heimerdinger, and the turret we could go Reparo to get some extra frontline, to have our Azir scale up into the fight, with the Sona buffing his attack speed and buffing the Fiora's attack speed, buffing the Heimerdinger's attack speed, which buffs the turret's attack speed. The other part is how we get here, and that's the more difficult part. So there's going to be a few ways for us to get here. For beginners, I recommend simply forcing Demacia and playing around that. We'll play 3 Demacia units, and we'll play some Shurima units. For example, this might be our level 4 board until we can find the Galio, and from here on, we're going to be putting our items that we can build, our Azir items, on the Cassiopeia, and our tank items on the Poppy or the Renekton, whichever we 2-star. So this could be a very common start for us. We could end up with something like this. Let's say we don't have the Protector's Vow. We don't have... Okay. If we don't have the Protector's Vow, we can make a Sunfire. But ideally, we would have something like a Protector's Vow on Poppy. And then from here on in, we're going to be playing 5 Demacia. So we're going to be adding Demacia units. Say we have the Sona, we have the Talia. Those will stay on our board until the end game. And then we add the Quinn. We then cut out the Shurimas and we end up with this board at level 6. We have other Azir items, then you can put that on, for example, let's say you went the crit build, then you could put that on the carry. If you're not sure what items to build on the carry, simply go install the Meta TFT app, go to Azir, and you can take a look. Here are his best items. So they do like the crit line, or you can go for the combo of Shiv and Rageblade. It's very flexible, and all of these average placements are pretty even if you just ignore the knocks or spats, since we're not going for that. These are all pretty close, so any of these combinations are good. And if you want to know what we want to build on J4, then we just do the same. So here you can see Protector's Vow is very good, and Sunfire is very good. Redemption is also pretty good. Let's say this is our comp at level 6. At level 7, we just start adding in whichever of the 4 costs we hit. So if we hit the J4, we play him. If we hit the Azir, we can drop the Kale and play Azir. And this could be our level 7 board. And then once we go 8, on stage 4-2, with It Pays to Learn, we're always going to hit level 8 on stage 4-2, no matter what. We're going to roll down to 0. And that is the comp. I logged in on a account that I believe is in Diamond here, just to show you that this is forcible. So I'm going to play this line, and we're going to find a game here. And I'm going to be taking Brilliant Souls Augment, no matter what I get offered. And I will be playing this comp for you. So hopefully this kind of video is the best way for a beginner to learn this build. Thing I forgot to mention while we're searching is once you hit level 8, you are going to be staying on 5 Demacia until you hit the 5 costs. So let's say we hit level 8 here and we hit our Fiora, then we can stay on 5 Demacia. We transfer our items over to J4. He's going to get the Radiant Warmocks, and he's going to get our items that were on the Poppy, and in this case I believe it was Sunfire, as well as a Protector's Vow. J4 can stay something like that. J4 can jump on wherever we want to be jumping towards. If it's this side, then we can always do something like that. Swap our carries around. So Sona always goes next to the Azir. And yeah, that's the basic setup. So this is 7 units. We would add then, if this is our comp and we hit the Kaisa, we can then add the Kaisa as well. And once we then hit our 5 costs, we remove the Galio and the Quinn and just drop down to 3 Demacia. Right, so we do get a nice 2 Demacia units here, as well as a Slayer in the Rek'Sai. Cassiopeia is a very good item holder, so we can maybe mix the Cassiopeia in with the Renekton, play the Rek'Sai for Slayer until we get something better. And Rek'Sai also gives Bruiser, which is nice with the Renekton. We just pick up our Demacia units. Let's play these 2 guys for now. We've got Serpentine River here, which doesn't really affect our game plan at all. We're probably just going to be voting for gold or experience. Right, so here we do get the level up. And like I say, we're just going to be always picking Brilliant Souls Augment. I wonder if we want to slam Morello's here. It might be nice. I think I am going to look to do that, since that's one of our core items. And we can put that on the Renekton for now. Ideally, when you play level up, you actually want to be able to play level 5 on the first round. But we weren't able to, and we weren't able to make eco, so I figured this is fine. You just level up once, and hopefully we do get a Demacia unit here. We don't, but that's okay. Since we didn't get the Cassia, and we don't have any real ways to get good Azir items early, I am going to probably skip on playing the Cassiopeia in this build and just look to play 3 Demacia with our Rek'Sai and our Renekton. For its 2 quite strong opponents, this guy is a very strong upgraded board with the Bastions, and we get a Leah and a Kayle. That's great. So now what we can do is we can, I think, drop out of this Rek'Sai. I think we make eco. We just play this. Next round we can play our Talia. And since we are losing again here, we probably want to go for a 5 loss spree in this case. So we just want to see if anyone's contesting our loss spree. Hopefully we get another kill here. I don't think we can kill the... Not really actually strong with the Bruiser emblem. Okay, so we get first pick. Item that we want is probably going to be a Azir item, but we're going to get a component. Let's vote for a component emblem here. I want to keep it as simple as possible and not complicate things by getting Tome of Traits or mystery boxes. I know this is boring, right? But I just want to keep the guide very, very easy to follow. So let's do that. Play this. Talia, and we could start by... A rod would be great for us here. Okay, we do get the chain vest, which is one of our core items, and we get a rod. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting our Azir item on the Quinn. And if we lose this fight, which I think we will, then what we want to do is we want to make sure that we lose the next fight. We're just gonna be seeing, okay, is this guy probably the only one that might be contesting a loss spree here? Yes, and we can easily lose to him. Swap out our Renekton and our Quinn at the very last second. There we go, this should be a loss. And hopefully we can kill 1 unit. That will be the perfect scenario here. So we get our 5 loss, we're on 72 HP. I could have saved my component anvils actually. That might have been a better move. But we did save a little bit of HP by completing some items, and Azir's items are so flexible. I don't really care what I build on him. Having a gunblade is totally fine. The Shurima, the double Shurima is not enough to sustain him against some backline access damage like J4 into multicasters or Ahri and rogues, stuff like that. Okay, so see what we get here. Ideally we want to prioritize making eco. We'll do here. That's a very good item. Bows are very important for us. Yep. If anything we want to add, we could play a... How much will this cost us? 1, 2, 3. Not that much. Always sell the Kayle if we don't win. So with level up, I will never take knowledge download because we want gold, not XP. That's one caveat about the build that you should know. Ah, Mumuti. Is this guy also a real soul? Okay. Kayle has this, actually. Quinn has this. Not today, so I said we don't want that. Martyr is okay. Age of Night, not really. Three's a crowd, we don't play a lot of 3 costs, so... I guess one of the Fallen is fine to take. I have my sword, fine. I don't think I'll just take gifts here since all the other... Everything else there doesn't really make sense. And now we're just looking for 5 Demacia, or we're starting to look for some of our 4 cost units. So if we don't get 5 Demacia, we'll go straight into the forecast part of the build, and we'll skip over the 5 Demacia stage of the journey. And in this stage, if you play in higher yellow, the boards are going to be a lot stronger than what we see here. That's one thing I've noticed a lot about playing in Diamond is this stage 3 boards. People don't quite get online as quickly as they do in some more difficult games. Although, speaking of that, this guy, I might not be able to kill a unit here since he's just able to out-sustain my damage. Maybe we'll kill this Cassidon, and then we can get the Zone. How much does it cost a level? Still 20. I think we can drop the Renekton actually, and we can play this already. And hopefully get a few kills. So now we definitely want tier. Since we need a tier for our Protector's Vow, and we need a tier for our ship. Okay, this guy is playing a lot of tempo here. And I think now we can level to 7, and since we've taken a lot of damage here, we might have to just find an Azir and a J4 before we continue our march to level 8. Unfortunately, we lost that one round in between. We would have had a lot more eco to work with. Alright, so here we just want one of our forecasts or a tier. Take the tier. Roll a bit, see if we hit the J4, I think we slam protectors, and if we hit the Azir, we make the ship. I don't want to roll too much here, but I do want one of my forecasts. We don't have another Demacia unit. We do actually. So let's play this, and then I think we'll go for ship. Sell these. Probably play this the Shen as a transition unit here. We'll be holding for a pure gold augment because we have level up, so XP is not as valuable to us. I think I'm gonna play this over the Vi. Hopefully this isn't a front line, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep the Talia just in front of us here. She can soak up some more damage. Could actually have kept her here to get a little bit of bonus magic resistant armor from the Demacia trait. That would have been a better decision. Maybe she would have tanked that Jhin ulti there, but it doesn't matter. We have one more loss, and then we are going to stabilize on 4-2 to get our Kai'Sa. And like I said, we're going to be looking to drop kind of the scale Squin fairly quickly here. As soon as we can find a Fiora and a J4, and I think we'll sell that. Don't need the extra Soraka, we're not going for that. So I know I'm probably going to be getting rid of this. Unfortunately, Spear of Shojin isn't going to be very good for us here. This is actually quite awkward for items, but I might go Archangel Staff on Azir here. I should have moved this Talia. What am I doing? You do get a lucky win here against a guy that's kind of weak, since he hasn't hit his J4, I mean his Jace yet, or his Graves. And we know we're taking Slayer's Resolve. We were looking for something that gives us a bit of gold, ideally. This is not great, because we have a level up already. When you get level up, you typically don't want to take the other Azir augments. When you get a gold or a silver augments, the other ones are really good. So then you can take 3 Aurelion Soul augments. In this case, I'm just going to take Mana Burn, level up, and roll down our gold. We are just looking for our comp. Oh, and one thing you guys can do is in the team builder, you can put your comp here, and it makes it much easier to then buy the units. I'm just going to do a few because I need to actually roll. And we're going to play the Azir, and we're going to play the Fiora like that. Sorry, I should have kept the... Put that on the J4. There we go. J4's a good carrier of Shroud, it gives him extra HP. You want to always have him on the side where you want to be silencing. I'm just going to show the team builder finish, and then we can do our roll down. So let's say we want to always get the Heimer, maybe Scion is nice, but we'll see those. And then we know we want to be buying Sona, we know we want to be buying Talia, right? Well, we already have that. So that can be our team builder. And then that's much easier on your roll downs because you can see which units you need, right? So there we go. And we hit the Fiora. Let's play like this. We can get rid of this Kale. And I should just scout to see which side my opponent's on. Luckily we get lucky here. And I will remove this and put that on the J4. If this J4 dies here, on the next round his HP is going to be more than 2,600 if we play at our home position because of the bug. Once we beat Fiora and Kai'Sa, 2-star definitely want to drop off of this 5 Demacia. Let's vote. I think I'll vote for health here, since we're quite low. Extra 8 health would be really nice. Component Anvil could also be decent, but I don't know what I'm going to build with a sword. Maybe a Giant Slayer. Tome of Traits, okay. Heimerdinger we want. Tome of Traits. The Mossy Emblem is great. I'll just put that on this guy for now. And we're going to remove this. Put that on the J4. We ideally want a bow. I guess I'm forced to make a Fiora item here. So I will. Didn't really scout for my opponents. And I missed here. That's okay. We can drop one of our Demacias here, so we'll probably want to drop the and play the... So now because I've got the Demacia emblem, I will just play the Heimer and not play the Scion and just play the 5 Demacia. I think I'll drop the Poppy here and keep Invoker. Invoker seems pretty nice. Don't care about Bastion. Put the Heimer in. And we're probably not going to play the Kai'Sa then, because I feel like the Shen's going to do a little bit more work here. Keep him on this side. Yeah, I think Kai'Sa's going to see play, just because in this game we have the Demacia emblem. And you can see, guys, we are very much online here. This guy had a strong board with Fratricide Shackles and took care of him. Now the question is, can we afford to go level 9? Do we have Burn? Yes, we do. So we want Repairer here. Maybe we can go level 9, drop the Shen and play 7 Demacia. That's also another option. But I think we first have to roll for some, at least get one of our forecasts here. Okay, so what do we need? We need another Azir item and we don't get... Oof, I'm going to reforge this. See if we can't get a bow here. Yes, we do get a bow. That's huge. And now we can just put a tier on the Heimer. Yeah, I'm just never getting a chance to scout here. Okay, most people are lining up on this side. Now we will play for the level 9 here. It's just so cheap for us to level up, but we'll wait a little bit. Take one more L and then level up. Okay, so we can be playing Weeper, we can play Squad Dealer, or I think having the J4 in this spot's gonna be good. Let's move over like this a little bit. Something like that. Turret does get bonus armor and magic resist from the Demacia, that's good to know. Aatrox's not a bad one. Since we haven't lost one, I think we can stay here, and then we can always add in the Aatrox. Okay, let's see who we can be up against. Okay, now we've got a lot of guys on this side, so I think I'm going to move over my... like this. Nice silence there. So he went for the Demacia Slayer board and we went for the... So as you can see, he's got Slayer emblem and I think he's got Demacia emblem too. And he's going for the Quinn reroll. So when he hits Quinn 3, this guy could be a problem. but by then we might be level 10 by the time we fight him again. I mean, what's going to be best for us here? Another Fiora item most likely. We could go for the Ori, I think that's fine. Just have the Edge of Night on her, and then we could look to play maybe 7 Demacia. Also, this is tough to figure out what to do here. Okay, definitely gonna level up now. Play the Aatrox. Maybe do something like this. Do we roll? Don't have much to roll for except for the Aatrox and the Shen. I think I'm gonna try to. Oof, people are strong though. I think center is fine here for the J4. Try to get as much as we can. Now this Slayer Shurima, okay. Yeah, got to mention we were happy to have the item on Fiora here and not on Sona, since Fiora is now fully our secondary carry and helps us tank a lot of damage. I think I'm gonna buy the Casantes as well, as you could consider playing Casante instead of Talia and just not worrying about the double cost on Sona here. Especially if it's going to be a Casante too, that's going to be a lot. Okay, this guy's kind of... I'm going to go here with that to make sure we get as much silence as we want. Maybe should have silenced Taric to 3-star Taric. I don't know if we can deal with that. Don't think so. Not with a 1-star J4. Unfortunately, we take a big loss. That's going to put us on 1 life. Unfortunate. Let's say 6, we will die from 15 HP. So now our options are roll for our units, which I think is going to be better than going level 10. Since level 10, we can just add in another unit, but we don't really have big synergies lacking. So I think rolling here to upgrade our turret, upgrade our Aatrox, upgrade our Heimer, upgrade our Shen is a pretty clear choice not to try to hit level 10. Maybe the move. I think we just go for... Buy some, maybe I'll buy Preparo. Oh no, I didn't mean to sell that. That was a big mistake, guys. I am very sorry. Probably just this on the Aatrox. I mean to sell the Kai'Sa. Might actually cost us this. J4 is so important in our build here. We do get the win. Oof, big mistake. Anyway. We survived for now. I wonder if at this point it's not just worth transferring these items over. Okay. Big stun by the Talia there. Huge stun by the Talia. I think she has the Aatrox buff, right? Yeah, she does. So, regardless, I think we knock this guy out here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, thankfully we are not punished. We're going to be a little greedy and just position like this. Or we can actually do this. I want to keep my units away from... Position like this. That. Hopefully the J4 goes on the other side here. Here I'm really happy to have the Gunblade, since that's going to help my Azir stay alive from the Quinn's backline damage. Or not. Anyway, so that's a second. As you can see, guys, the comp is very forcible and very reliable. I just climbed the diamond game and was able to force it and come second. Probably coming close to first, actually, if I played a little better, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the guide, and see you in the next one.